not
essay.
something
Have you
that
ever
which
written
came
essays?
from off the top of your head, right?
At
You are
school,
showing
have you written
this is the
essays
resource
before?
I have referred to, okay? And then you're enlisting
Yes, I
the
need
support of someone's
know your
research
answers.
or theorizing to support your own ideas or
Have you
content
written essays?
or the argument.
It's a simple question.
Right?
You can answer
So,
with yes or
when
no.
you want to get the support from somebody else's research, my dear students, you will
Yes, good.
realize this, you will experience
So,
this, you will
now
truly
you are going to
apply
learn
this
essay
when you
writing,
actually
and before starting
undergo
the
your
lesson, I will
undergraduate period
come
during
to
this.
the objective of today's lesson. So, this is the objective. So, I will read it for you. Students, identify the structure of writing a paragraph and essay. So, remember, to write an essay, you need to know the structure of writing an essay. So, not only the structure of writing an essay, but you need to know how to write a paragraph as well, because in an essay we have paragraphs. We write an essay with the use of paragraphs. So, there is a structure, there is a way of making a paragraph. So, today what we are going to learn is, first of all we will learn what is an essay and what we should include in an essay, and then I will come to building up paragraphs. So, we will move on to the outline of today's lesson. So, here is the outline. So, I have given it in question form. So, these are the discussion questions in today's lesson. So, first you are going to learn what is an essay. So, so far you may have learned what is an essay, but I hope at school you may have written essays, but you may not have learned what is an essay and what are the structures, what are the main components of an essay. So, that we are going to learn today. And then look at the second point, what are the components of an essay. So, next you are going to learn the components, and then you have what should be included in the introduction. So, to start an essay, when we start an essay, we start it with the introduction. So, today you are going to learn in an essay what can we include as the introduction, and then we come to the body paragraphs. Okay? So, after the introduction we have the body paragraphs. We can have one or more than one body paragraphs. So, today you are going to learn that as well, and finally you will learn what we should include in the conclusion as the last summary of the essay. So, we will move on first to this first question, what is an essay? Okay, so look at here. So, you have a definition, and actually I have explained what does it mean by this essay writing and what is an essay. So, take a look at this and you can read it silently. I will give you a few seconds. Please read it silently and see whether you understand. And you also have the structure, which means what you should include in the essay. Okay, look at here. An essay is generally a short piece of writing outlining the writer's perspective of the story. So, for example, if I give you an essay topic and if I ask you to write an essay on it, then what you write is your perspective. In the essay, what you include is your ideas. You may have taken new ideas from internet or from other sources, but you you connect it and you match it with your ideas and you build up the essay. So, that is how you write an essay. So, writer's perspective means the one who writes the essay build up his or her own ideas into a small piece of writing, and that is called an essay. So, look at here. In other words, a short piece of writing on a particular subject. So, you know, when I ask you to write an essay and when I give you an essay topic, there is a subject. Subject is the essay topic. So, you can divide it into different parts, you can underline the keywords in the essay, and then you can build up your essay. So, it is often considered synonymous with a story or a paper or an article. So, you may have seen newspaper articles or even stories, okay, not actually, yeah, even stories. So, those stories, that is also a kind of, we can't say that is an essay, but that is also like that also has a structure, okay, that also has a structure. So, remember essay is the same. So, you look at here, the structure includes, first you have the introduction and then body and finally the conclusion. Okay, so how to write an essay? Okay, so look at here. The essay writing process consists of 3 main stages. So, to make it easy for you to write an essay, I have given these 3 steps. So, first, before starting to write an essay, you should get prepared. Okay? So, sometimes if your teacher or if your lecturer gives you a topic, then you can find the information about the topic from internet or from other sources, and then you can build up the essay. So, that is the preparation stage. So, if you are not given an essay topic, then you can decide on the essay topic. You can take any essay topic that you like to do research or that you like to get informed more. So, you can select your own essay topic and then you can create the essay outline. Okay. Next, you have to start writing. So, before start writing, I will tell this is like these are some guidelines for you. So, before starting an essay, make sure you draw a sketch. A sketch means you can even draw a mind map. You can as a picture, not as a picture, as a diagram, you can draw it. So, it is clear for you what you include in the essay. So, if you draw a mind map, if you include the topic at the middle and if you put arrows and write what you are going to include in each body paragraph, then it is easy for you. So, before writing, you can decide on this mind map, you can draw it on a piece of paper and then you can start writing. So, look at it, set out your argument in the introduction, develop it with evidence in the main body and wrap it up with a conclusion. So, the conclusion part will move aside for a while. Set out your argument in the introduction. So, first of all, you have to take the essay topic. So, I will take a simple essay topic for you. So, we will take advantages and disadvantages of social media. So, if this is the topic, then look at here, set your argument in the introduction. So, what are you going to talk about? Okay, I gave you a topic now, advantages and disadvantages of social media. Tell me what can you include as the very first line of the introduction in your essay. So, what I said now is the essay topic. What can you include as the very first line of your introduction? Yes, any answers? Always make sure that the reader understands your essay clearly and make sure that your essay is relevant to the essay topic. Make sure that you only talk about something that is needed for the essay topic. Yes. Can you give me the answer? What can you include as the first line or the first sentence? Any answers? Okay, I hope, okay, I will provide you the answer. Okay, if it is about advantages and disadvantages of social media, so anyway it is about social media. So, you can come up with something like what is social media. So, you can explain or you can write in a sentence what is this social media. Okay. So, then there is a beginning to your essay. Okay, there is a start. So, even you can find a quote from an article or even from any source, you can find a quote and you can quote at the beginning. So, it is nice. So, that is the way of beginning your essay. And then look at the third point, revision. Revision means you have to do this revision once you finish writing. You have to finish writing the whole essay according to the mind map that you have drawn, and then only you have to come to this revision part. So, in the revision part what you have to do is you have to check the content, which means content means what you have written so far, what is the information that you have included. So, that you have to that is the main thing that you have to do when writing an essay. So, you have to check for the content and then the organization, whether you have organized the points in an order. Look, now I told you, you have to draw a mind map as well. So, if you have drawn a mind map, your essay always has to have a flow. So, with the mind map you have to check whether your essay has a flow. So, if so, then it's fine. And then you have to check for grammar. You have to check all sentences whether the grammar you have written is correct, and then spellings, whether you can check whether there are spelling mistakes, and finally you can format your essay. So, that's the way of writing an essay, that is the way of building up an essay. So, this is not what you are going to include in an essay, this is how you plan to write your essay. Okay? So, you have to first prepare and then you can start writing, and finally once you finish writing the whole essay, then you have to come to this revision part. You have to proofread it, which means you have to read it once again and check for these what I have given on the screen: content, organization, grammar, spellings, and then finally you can format your essay. So, that's it. And next I have some tips for essay writing. So, look at here. First you need to choose a subject that you know the most. So, if you are not given the essay topic, you can select a subject where you have experience, okay, where a subject or a title which you are familiar with. You can select that and then you can do more research on it and then you can start writing. So, give your essay an interesting and appropriate title. So, make sure that titles we don't make it very long. So, we don't make it lengthy. So, make sure you have an appropriate title. So, if you are asked to build up the title, make sure that it is interesting for the readers, okay, and make sure what you have planned to write in the essay match the title. So, it will help you to draw the attention of the reader and pick their curiosity. So, they will be interested and they will arouse curiosity while reading your essay. So, if it is an exam, you will get more marks, you can score more marks. So, look at the next point. Keep it between 300 to 500 words. So, here there is no rule like you have to write an essay in about 300 to 500 words. You can make it more, even you can have less than 300 words. So, that depends on the context. So, better if you are not given a word count, better if you can keep it around if you can write it in about 300 to 500 words. So, this is the ideal length, which means this is the ideal length of an essay. So, you can take creative license to increase or decrease it, which means you have you can choose whether to write more or not. Next, note down all your principal ideas, arrange them in an order and set down subtopics against it. So, remember, this is why I told you to draw a mind map or a sketch before start writing the essay. So, there you can note down all your ideas and make sure you have it in an order. So, it's easy for you to write the essay. And then each main topic together with its subtopics will give you matter for explanation into a paragraph. So, your outline will prevent the omission of essentials and the intrusions of relevant facts while ensuring unity, balance and coherence. So, you make sure you write it in an order, you include the facts and information in an order. So, then only your essay will be a fulfilled one, and then if you write it as I said, it will have a balance and a coherence, which means it will be very clear to the reader and even for you once you proofread it. Okay, so I will move to some more tips. So, keep your language simple and crisp. which means now you may think that you need to have a complex language to score more marks. No, there's no such thing. So remember, you can have a simple language with simple diction, which means you can use simple words, and that will not reduce marks. So unnecessary, complicated and difficult words break the flow of the sentence. So if you try to add more complicated and complex words, and if you try to make the sentences more complex, then sometimes even the reader, even you may get wrong, and then the reader may also not understand what you have intended to say. So make sure you make it simple. Do not make grammar mistakes. Use correct spelling and punctuation. If this is not done, it will distract the reader from the content. So if you haven't used correct spellings and grammar, then it will distract the reader, means the reader may not understand, the reader may find it difficult to comprehend your essay. So make sure you use correct spellings and punctuation. Okay, so now I am going to move on to the main, the important part of this lesson. So it is what we include in an essay. So I said before as well, so the structure of an essay is introduction, body, and then the conclusion. So we will start with the introduction first. Okay, look at here. Can you read this silently? I'll give you a few seconds. Read it silently. Okay, so look at here. This is the introduction. This is the first paragraph of your essay. So I told you earlier as well, when writing an essay, you write paragraphs. That's why I told you I will teach how to write a paragraph as well. So the first paragraph of an essay is the introduction. So you should organize this introduction in a well structured way. Otherwise, the reader won't understand what you intend to mention in your essay. So this is where the writer introduces his topic for the very first time. So for the very first time, the first line of the essay is where you introduce the topic for the very first time. So it should be very clear, and I told you earlier, you can even quote. I mean, as the beginning line of the essay, you can have a quotation, which someone said earlier. I think you may have learned about this quotations and everything earlier. So you can quote first, and then you can start your essay. This is particularly important as it draws the attention of the reader from the outset and persuades the reader to read on. So which means if you write if you write an introduction which which the reader can be persuaded, then it's good for you. If you are writing for an exam, then it's good for you to score marks. So make sure you write an introduction which the reader can be persuaded. Okay, where the reader arouse curiosity to read the other part of your essay. So you can give a very brief synopsis of your essay in the introductory paragraph, which means this synopsis means it's something like a summary. So you can have something like a summary at the beginning of your essay, so the reader will understand what you have written throughout your essay even before reading the whole essay. So some paragraph writing skills can be a help here. So I'll tell you how to write a paragraph. So those skills can be a support for you to build up the introduction paragraph as well. You can start with a quote, a proverb, a definition, or even with a question. So I'll move on. That is how you begin the introduction. Okay, so this is something new for you because in your school I don't think that you have learned about thesis statements. We need thesis statements when we write academic essays. So, you have to include this thesis statement in your introduction. So, there is no particular place, or there is no particular like in your introduction there is no particular place to include this, but better if you can include the thesis statement at the end of your introduction. Okay, look at here. It is a precise one sentence declaration of what you will aim to present in your essay as a whole. So, this is something that like summarizes your essay. Thesis statement, by reading the thesis statement, the reader should understand what is your essay about. Okay, someone if now I told you we have to include this at the end of the introduction. So, last time when I was explaining this introduction part, I took the topic advantages and disadvantages of social media. So, I told you as the introduction and as the first line of the introduction, you can include something like what is social media. You can explain what is social media. You can give a definition for the word social media, and then you can come up with examples for social media, and then you can say that there are disadvantages and advantages, and finally you have to come to this thesis statement. So, this thesis statement is something that includes all the facts in a summarized form in the essay. Okay. So, after the introduction, I know you know that you are writing other body paragraphs as well. So, all the other body paragraphs should be summarized in this thesis statement. So, when the reader reads this, he or she understands this is what he or she has written in the essay. So, that is why we need a thesis statement to make it easy for the reader to understand or to comprehend your essay. Thesis statement is usually written at the end of the introduction. So, it can be the last line of the introduction, but not always. There is no rule like you have to include it at the end. Okay. So, you can always edit the thesis statement after writing the whole essay by referring to the topic sentences of the paragraphs. So, still I haven't teach you what are these topic sentences, I will come to that later. So, remember, once you learn topic sentences, you will get this. You can always rebuild, which means you can build this thesis statement once again once you finish writing all the other body paragraphs. So, you can make a thesis statement which includes all details of the body paragraphs. So, I will teach you that. And next you have what does a thesis statement do? Okay, so it describes your topic, what your essay will be about, and then it introduces a specific claim you are making about your topic. So, for example, now if I take this advantages and disadvantages of social media, and if we take this topic social media, we can talk many things about social media, but here in your topic you have a main specific claim. What is it? The advantages and disadvantages. So, which means in the introduction and in the thesis statement you can make this claim. So, you are going to talk about advantages and disadvantages. You can write it here. You can make a point in your thesis statement. So, next you have it describes the ways in which you will support and develop your claim. Okay, the way you support and develop your claim will be included in your thesis statement. So, let us move on. Okay, I have an example for you. Look at here. So, I have built up the introduction, and even here you have the thesis statement. So, you can take 1 minute and read this and try to understand what is this thesis statement and see whether you understand it clearly. Tell me, what is this introduction, like what is it about, what may be the topic of this essay? Yeah, there is no essay here, you have only the introduction, but suggest a topic for this. Yes, any
Trees.
one of you? Yes. Yes, can
Trees.
you repeat it? Can you repeat your answer? I heard someone talking. Puta, can you repeat your answer? The trees. Okay, fine. Okay, it's about trees. Okay, good. Can't we say something like it's about the importance or about the users of trees? Okay, yeah, it can be. So, you can suggest something like that. So, look at here. Now, I have built up the introduction for you, and you see the thesis statement as well. I will read it for you. Trees are important to us in a lot of ways and we cannot ignore their importance. So, this is the first line of the essay, okay, first sentence or the first line of the essay, and I hope you understood what this topic is about when you read this first line. So, that's how you should build up a beginning to the essay. They bring peacefulness, create a pleasing and relaxing environment. Trees are not only essential for life, but as the longest living species on earth, they give us a link between the past, present and future. Okay? Trees are important not only for human beings, but also for the animals and the environment. Therefore, we should protect trees as our own lives. So, look at here what is highlighted on on the right hand side is the thesis statement of this introduction. So, trees are important not only for human beings, that is one point, and it says but also for animals, which means trees are important for animals, and then it is important for the environment as well. Therefore, we should protect trees as our own lives. So, protecting trees, this talks also about protecting trees. So, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 points. Okay. So, now when you build up the other body paragraphs, you have to build up the body paragraphs according to this thesis statement. Then only your thesis statement like includes all the facts that you have included in your body paragraphs. So, trees are important not only for human beings, which means you can say how the trees are important for the human beings. That can be the first body paragraph of your essay. And then you can build up another body paragraph for how the trees are important for animals. Okay? And then you can come to this environment part, how it is important for the environment. And then finally, you can build up a paragraph for how to protect trees, okay, and how to how to protect trees as our own life. You can have another paragraph for that. So, you can have 4 paragraphs in this essay, okay, and then finally you can have the conclusion. So, that is how you build up the body paragraphs. So, if you can't write a thesis statement before writing the whole essay, like you can build up a thesis statement because you know what you include in your essay. So, according to that you can build up a thesis statement, and later once you finish writing the paragraphs, you can read all paragraphs and see what each paragraph is about, and the facts you include in each paragraph should be summarized into one sentence as the thesis statement. I hope you got it. Is it clear? Okay, hope you got it. So, it is like thesis statement is the overall idea of your essay. So, I will move on to what is a paragraph. Okay, so now once you build up the introduction paragraph, introductory paragraph, you know now at the end you have to add a thesis statement where the whole essay is summarized, and then you come to this body paragraph. So, now I am going to tell you how to build up a body paragraph. Look at here. A paragraph is a group of related sentences which develops one main idea. So, one paragraph, in a paragraph you should have a main idea. That is what we call a topic sentence. Okay? So, remember when you write a paragraph, now look at this thesis statement, we will build up a paragraph for this thesis statement. Now, trees are important not only for human beings, which means it says that trees are important for human beings as well. So, you can take something like how trees are important for human beings as the first paragraph. So, for that you now that is the main idea, or that is the topic sentence of your first paragraph. So, what you have to do in the first paragraph is you have to build that topic sentence into a paragraph. You have to add more examples, more details, like how these trees are important, what do trees like do. Okay? So, what is the usage of trees for human beings? You can add all those in the first paragraph as examples. We call it supporting details. Okay? So, as the topic sentence you can have some, you can take an idea from, you can take an idea from this which is highlighted in red, and you can make it as a topic sentence, and with examples, with more details you can support that topic sentence, and finally you can end that paragraph. Okay? So, next you can come to the next paragraph, and that will be about the importance of trees for animals. Okay? So, that is the next paragraph, and you can start that paragraph with a topic sentence which includes or which summarizes this idea, how trees are important for animals, and then you can build up that with supporting details. You can include how it like helps animals to survive in on the earth. So, you can add that, and finally you can conclude that paragraph as well. Then you come to the next paragraph, which is about about how trees help, or how trees protect the environment, and how it is important for the environment. You can add the next paragraph in the way I told you, and then finally you can build up a paragraph for the last line. We should protect trees. So, how to protect trees? You can add the topic sentence as, like, I am not going to tell you, like you have a, let me share it. Okay, you have this, therefore we should protect trees as our own lives. So, you can have something like that as the topic sentence, but remember you don't write the same thing on the in the thesis statement as the topic sentence. You can like make it modify it and write a nice sentence as the first line of each paragraph, and then support it with examples. Okay, fine. So, that is how you build up a paragraph. So, remember in a paragraph you need to have a topic sentence, supporting details, and a concluding line. And in all the paragraphs, the topic sentence, now you know in each paragraph you need to have a topic sentence. That topic sentence which should be related, or should be there in the thesis statement. Not the whole topic sentence, but you have to summarize all the topic sentences, and you can take it as the thesis statement. So, that is how you build up the thesis statement. Okay, so look at here. What is a topic sentence in a paragraph? The topic sentence is the sentence that reveals the main point of a paragraph. A topic sentence is the most important sentence in a paragraph. So, this topic sentence is very important because by reading the topic sentence, the other person can understand what this essay about, and the other person can understand whether you have related it with this topic, with the thesis statement, whether you have it in the thesis statement, whether you have mentioned it there. Okay? So, it is also referred to as the focus sentence. So, which focus, like the focus of the essay, which focus what is it about. Okay? The topic sentence controls the rest of the paragraph. Usually it is the first sentence in the paragraph, but not necessarily. But I prefer always if you can add the topic sentence as the first line of the paragraph, because then it's easy for the reader to understand what you have written. So, you can make it the first line always. The topic sentence in an essay should be a part of the thesis statement. So that's what I said earlier as well. Okay. So the purpose of a topic sentence, a topic sentence essentially tells what the rest of the paragraph is about. All sentences after it have to give more information about the topic sentence. So if you write a topic sentence, remember, as the supporting details or as the other information or facts that you include, you have to prove this topic sentence. Now if you say that trees are important for human, you have to prove it in the paragraph, okay, how it is useful. With correct facts, you have to prove it. You can find facts from many resources and you have to always prove the topic sentence with examples and with new information. So then only you can score more marks. Okay. Now I have an exercise for you. Create topic sentences for the following paragraphs. So now you need to speak. So you have 5 paragraphs here. Now you see only the first 2 paragraphs. I'll show you the other 3 as well. So first you can read the first paragraph and try to create a topic sentence for the paragraph. You can read the paragraph and identify what is it about and make a first line, like the first line for the paragraph. I'll give you 2 minutes. Yes, quickly do it. I hope you can hear me, and did you understand how to build up, how to build up a paragraph, yeah, the structure of a paragraph? Did you understand that? Is it clear? Yes, before answering this question, can you tell me that? Is it clear? Did you understand the structure of writing a paragraph? Yes? If it is not, you can tell me. Yes, I need your answers. Come on. Okay, give me the answer for the first paragraph then, if no answers. Build up a topic sentence for the first paragraph and tell me. Anyone can answer. Sorry, can you repeat it loudly? Yes? Do you want me to read the paragraph? So you should answer, otherwise this will not be an interactive one. Sorry, I didn't hear you. Is someone telling something? So you need to answer, otherwise we can't do the activity. There are 3 more paragraphs. Okay, I'll read it for you. Firstly, the journey to our hotel was long, hot and boring. Secondly, we spent all our time in the museums doing boring worksheets. Thirdly, we had to go to bed really early. Therefore, I hate the last trip. So, what can you take? What can you take as the topic sentence of this paragraph? So, what is this paragraph about? Tell me, what is this paragraph about?
School trip?
A school trip. It's about a school trip. So have the students enjoyed the school trip?
No.
No.
Mm.
So you understand that by reading this paragraph. So with the connection of these two ideas, can you build up a topic sentence? Yes? Yes? Just can't you say something like the last school trip was the most boring school trip I have ever met with. Can't you say something like that? And then you have the reasons why it is boring. Because the hotel was like the journey was long, okay, and then it was hot, and then you say that you spent all time in the museums and you did boring worksheets, and finally you didn't enjoy and you had to go to bed early, very early. So those are the reasons why it was boring. So can't we take that as a topic sentence? And can you suggest any other topic sentences with that idea? Yes? Yes, students, you need to answer.
The last school trip?
Yes. The last school trip you said, right? But you can't take just a phrase as a topic sentence. You need to have a sentence, okay, as the beginning of the paragraph. You need to have a sentence, not just a word or a phrase. You need to build up a sentence which explains the whole paragraph. It is something like a summary of what is there in this paragraph, a summary of this paragraph. Yes, any other answers? Okay, shall we move on to the next then? My family drove into the Scottish mountains in a rented caravan, and we spent the whole time walking in the wonderful nature in that part of the world. We were very lucky with the weather. Okay, so what is this paragraph about? Yes? What is it about and what can you build up as the topic sentence? Any topic sentences you can suggest? Yes, any answers?
Falling in love with nature?
Fall in love with nature. Okay, Putta. Now that is not a sentence, not a complete sentence. You can take that idea into a topic sentence. Take that idea and make a sentence, make a complete sentence. Okay, good. I appreciate your attempt, but make a sentence with that. Okay, can't you say something like my family trip was my family trip was a trip where we fell love with nature. So doesn't that like explains, no, doesn't these points given in the paragraph explains this topic sentence, what I said? When you read the topic sentence, when you hear what I said, didn't you understand that it's related with what is there in the paragraph? Yes? Any other topic sentences? Okay, we will move on to the next one then. Look at here, this is something like informatic. Yeah, I don't understand, for example, why we cannot use metal cutlery instead of plastic ones. that just get thrown away after the meal. We could also have different trash cans to recycle paper and cola cans. We could also limit the number of copies that teachers and students are allowed to make on the photocopy machine. So, try to build up a topic sentence for this. First of all, tell me what is this paragraph about? Yes, what is this paragraph about? Yes.
About the 3R system.
Sorry, about the
3R system we use to take
okay, good. Okay, yeah. So, how can you build up a topic sentence with that? So, it's about recycling and all. So, how can you build up a topic sentence? Yes.
why we are not following the 3R system.
Why we? I didn't hear the last part. Can you repeat it?
Why we are not following the 3R system.
Why we don't?
Following the 3R system.
Okay, why we don't follow the
Recycle system.
recycle system? Okay, so why we don't follow the recycle system? Okay, so that's a question. So even you can add a question as the topic sentence because it has the meaning like the needed information. Okay, so you can add that as the topic sentence. Yes. Any other topic sentences? Yes. Yes, any answers? Do you have any more answers? So, it talks about this recycling system and how to reduce pollution. Okay, we can reduce pollution if we use a metal cutlery instead of plastic ones. Then people don't throw plastic ones. So, sorry. Yes.
Recycle is the best way to protect the environment.
Okay, very good. Recycling is the best way to protect environment. Okay, so okay, good. So you have to build up something like that, and remember when you now your topic sentence should always be related with the points in the paragraph. Okay, so now look at the sentences that you have written in the paragraph. So that should relate the topic sentence. Otherwise, it's not a proper topic sentence. Okay, the fourth paragraph. They can join an after school club which will give them the chance to practice spoken English while doing an activity that they enjoy. They can also watch films, particularly DVDs with the English subtitles turned on. Best of all, however, is to do plenty of reading for pleasure. Non-fiction in particular is an excellent way of acquiring a strong academic vocabulary. So, what is this paragraph about and what can you how can you build up the topic sentence? What can you include as the topic sentence? Yes.
There are so many ways to improve our English skills.
Very good. There are many ways to improve our English language skills. Okay. Any other topic sentences? So, the many ways are given here. So, your topic sentence is related with what you have written in the paragraph. So, then it's fine, then it's correct. Yes, any other topic sentences?
English is very important to us.
English is very important to us. Okay, so if you say English is very important to us, you have to include why English is, how English is very important to us. So, Puta, now here I have included some ways of improving your English language, spoken English, some ways of improving your English language. So, That's why I said your topic, you should carefully select it, you should carefully build up, because it should match, okay, the paragraph. Now, what was your answer? Can you repeat it? English is very important to us, that's what you said, as I remember. So, if it is that subtitle, then I should have included how it is important to us, which means how like it opens the pathway to new jobs, new career paths. So, that's what I should include if I say, if I take the topic sentence as English is very important to us. Okay? So, here you have some ways of improving your English language, especially spoken English. So, you can suggest something related to that as the topic sentence. I hope you got it. Yes? Try something else, Putha.
Practice spoken English while enjoy.
Can you repeat it?
Practice spoken English with joy.
Okay, practice spoken English. Okay, you can say something like there are different ways to practice spoken English. Okay, there are different ways to practice speaking English to be a fluent speaker. Okay, there are different ways of. Did you hear me?
Because of English, I can get a good job.
Okay, because of English. Okay, now look at here. Good. Thank you for your answer. But look at here. Because of English, I can get a good job. Now, if you say that, your paragraph should include something that supports your topic sentence. Then the paragraph can include something like how you can get good jobs when you improve your English. Okay. So, here you have something like what you can do to improve your English. Okay. So, if that is your answer, you can say something like you have to change the whole paragraph if that is your answer. Okay. So, that is why I said be careful when selecting topic sentences, because the reader can understand your whole essay or your whole paragraph by reading each and every topic sentence. So, you have to add an appropriate one as the topic sentence. Okay. So, hope you understood it. So, be careful when selecting topic sentences. I will thank you for your answers. Okay. I will move on to the fifth paragraph. Okay. You never have to travel very far to buy anything you need. Entertainment such as discos, cinema and theatres are not far away, and you have a good choice of doctors and hospitals if you get sick. A further advantage is that you can live anonymously if you choose. Okay, so what is the paragraph about and what can be the topic sentence?
Advantages of living in city areas.
Sorry?
Advantages of living in city area.
Benefits.
Town area. Yeah, benefits of living in town area.
Okay, benefits of living in, you said city?
Yeah.
I didn't hear. Benefits of living in, we can say something like countryside. Okay, benefits of living in countryside. So, what are the benefits? These are the benefits that you can get. So, that explains the paragraph. Your topic sentence explains the paragraph. So, you have said, you have mentioned the benefits in the paragraph and then it is fine. So, I hope you got it, and can you suggest one more topic sentence? Do you have any other answers? The ones who did not answer me? Yes, any other answers? Okay, fine. So, you can find answers for these paragraphs, like you can find the topic sentences for the paragraphs. Once I finish the lecture, you can watch it once or even twice and try to make answers. Okay, so now I will move to the steps of building up an essay, and when I move to these steps, I have taken one essay and I have given you the examples as well. So, we will move to those examples and the steps of writing an essay. So, first step, decide on your topic, do research on it, okay, and brainstorm this topic. So, this I have already told you when I taught you the tips to write essays. So, look at here. I have taken a simple essay topic because this is the first lesson. I think in the university, this is the first lesson that you are learning regarding essay writing. So, I did not take any complex essays because if I took so, then you may not understand. So, I have taken a very simple topic. Trees are useful to us in many ways. Okay? So, now when you are given this topic, as I taught you earlier, what should you do first? I taught you 3 stages like preparation stage, writing stage, and then revision or proofreading. So, what can you do first if I ask you to write this essay? Yes? What can you do first? I taught you. Yeah? Anyone who can answer? So, I have given in next, brainstorm the topic and add more points to the following chart. So, next you will see a chart. So, what can you do first is, you may have many facts or many information to include in this essay, and you can find more by referring to many other sources. So, you can find or collect all these facts, collect all these information, and what you can do next is, before writing the essay, you can draw a diagram or even a mind map. Okay? So, that is what I have given here. So, this is something that I call a mind map. So, you can, like at the middle you have the topic, okay, you have the essay topic, and then you have points around the topic. So, this way you can build up your mind map. So, it is better if you can add the topic at the middle, and then if you can build it in an order, which means what you include in the introduction, like how trees are useful, okay, why trees are useful to us. So, that if you are adding that as the introduction, then you can write that question. So, in the essay you explain that, okay, and then next you can even build up a thesis statement. So, before building up the thesis statement, you can think of what you are going to write as the body paragraphs. So, you can list down. So, as I said earlier, I showed you an essay, an introduction that is written for the same essay. So, look at here. Okay, so here you have the thesis statement. So, if you build up a thesis statement like this, you can build separate this thesis statement into different paragraphs. Okay, so then you can build up the paragraphs as well, and that you can include in the mind map in an order. So, it is easy for you when you start writing the essay. Okay, so here you take a look at this, try to read it and try to understand it. Okay, so hope you read it. Okay, next you have the step 2. So, now first what you do is build up this mind map, or you can draw a diagram, even you can write it, okay, you can draw a sketch. So, then you have to organize it and you have to start writing the essay. Categorize the facts under main points and organize the facts that you have listed in the brainstorming task. Okay, brainstorming here is something like you draw the mind map, you collect information and you think of what you already know, okay, and you make the mind map. So, that is what you call brainstorming, and then you can categorize it into main points. So, first you have to write the introduction with the thesis statement, and then you separate the thesis statement into different paragraphs, and you in the first paragraph you write the first topic sentence. Okay, so and then you prove the topic sentence with examples and with information that you have collected, and finally you can conclude that with a concluding line. So this concluding line is not always necessary, but better if you can add it, and then you can come to the next point, which means the next paragraph. You can all start with that also with a topic sentence, and in the same way you can write that. So according to your thesis statement, you have to see to how many number of paragraphs you can divide your thesis statement. So by looking at that you can build up the paragraphs. So here I have given the structure, introduction. Okay, so introduction to the essay, and then first body paragraph. So I have suggested like a topic. It's not actually the sentence. I have suggested a topic for the topic sentence. So uses of trees for human beings. So you can build this into a topic sentence and then explain it, and then the second para, and then comes the third, fourth, and finally the conclusion. So I am not going to repeat this again because I have explained it to you when I was referring to the last example that I took earlier. So I'll move on to the third step. Write the so now this is already write the introduction to your essay is already over. I don't know why. Okay, so sorry. Next is write the body paragraphs of your essay. So according to how I listed, you have to write down the body paragraphs. So I have mentioned what is this body paragraph. This is the crux of the essay, which means it is the place where you include the main and the important details of your essay, and it is where you prove your essay with facts. Okay, so this is the crux of the essay and consists of the appropriate facts, illustrations, arguments or reflections. It is important to organize your thoughts and content. Write the information in a systematic flow so that the reader can comprehend. So that's what I always said. For example, if you are to narrate an incident, so now all this time I took some like informative topics. So look at here the paragraphs I have given you. Now these three paragraphs, third, fourth and the fifth, they are informative essays where you have to find information from other sources and you have to write the essay. But these first two paragraphs that I have given, these two are taken from two incidents that happened to you, happened in your life. So when you write those kind of essays, okay, when you narrate an incident, the best manner to do this will be to go in a chronological order. Chronological order means from first to the last. Okay, so you can narrate it from first to last, what happened first, and then you can come to the next. So that is what you mean by a chronological order. So if it is an incident, you can always choose that. Okay, so here I have written one body paragraph for you for the essay topic that I gave you. So take a look at this essay body paragraph. You have the topic sentence at the beginning and I have highlighted it in red, and then you have the supporting details or the facts which you prove the topic sentence. Okay, so by reading these facts which are in black, you can prove your topic sentence. Uses of trees for human beings are tremendous. So read it and try to understand how I have built it. Okay, hope you read it. Okay, now we are going to do this task. So what you have to do is, I have now written an introduction for this essay topic and then I have started with the first body paragraph. Okay, so I build up a thesis statement for you as well. So, what I want you to do is, I want you to write one more paragraph for one of these points. Okay. So, that is what you are going to do next, and before doing that, now I am going to give you, wait, I will show you that. Okay. So, here you have a topic, the defects in our education system. Okay. The defects means like what are the things that should be made, or what are the things like the defects, which means now you know in our education system there are places or there are things that should be rebuilt. So, what are they and what should you do to make this? Okay, so that you can include in your essay. So, I want you to build up a thesis statement for this essay topic, the defects in our education system. Yes, I will give you time to build up the mind map if you want, and think of what you can include in the paragraphs and build up the thesis statement. I will give you 5 minutes, soon do that. So, this is the topic. First one under task 2. If you have any answers, which means if you have built up the thesis statement, you can tell it to me. If you find it difficult to find a thesis statement for the first one, try to find one for the second, unemployment leads to crime. Try to find one for that. Find means build up one for that. Any answers? Have you built up a thesis statement for one of these topics? If so, you can answer me. Sorry? Any answers? Do you have? Can you tell me the answer? Yeah.
The count of unemployment increasing day by day.
Yeah, Puta, can you repeat it loudly?
Count and unemployment day by day.
Sorry? Yes, repeat it. Is it a question? You started it with how? Can you repeat it once again? Yes? I didn't hear you earlier, that's why.
The count of unemployment is increasing day by day.
Unemployment is you are not clear, that's why problem. Give me just a second, okay? I'll tell you when. Okay, I got your answers. So someone wrote, wait just a minute. Okay, someone wrote this, the education is very important for your life. Okay, so the essay topic is the defects in our education system. Okay, so your thesis statement is the education is very important for your life. So if you say that it's important, then in the essay you have to include why it's important, how education is important in your life. But here I have mentioned as the topic the defects. Okay, so there's a mismatch, so try to correct it, try to write something else. And next you have one have written, the count of unemployment is increasing day by day. Count of unemployment is increasing day by day. Okay, so due to this increasing of unemployment, it leads to crimes. So remember Puta, you have to include something that summarizes the whole essay as the thesis statement. So you can change it to, like, first, that's why I told you, it's better if you can draw a mind map, which means you can write what you can include in each paragraph. Okay, unemployment leads to crime, this is the topic, and then what you can include in each paragraph. If you are planning to add 3 paragraphs, what are the 3 paragraphs about? You can write that. Okay, and then what you can do is, you can take the topic sentences, which means you can take the main ideas of the 3 paragraphs into your topic sentence. All 3 main ideas you have to summarize it as the topic, as the thesis statement. Okay, so that you can make the thesis statement. And the final thesis statement that is here is, education is the most powerful weapon which can change the world. Okay, so if you say something like this, then also you should include something like how it is the powerful weapon. Why do we say that it's the powerful weapon that can change our lives? So, you have to include the reason in your essay, but this is something different, totally different from your thesis statements. The defects in our education. Okay, so it should be, your thesis statement should be related to the defects in the education system. I hope you got what I said. So, it's sometimes a little bit difficult for you to build up thesis statements at once, even before planning your essay, even before drawing or like drawing a sketch. So, that's why I asked you to draw a mind map if you can. So, later you can draw the mind map and try to find thesis statements for these 2 topics, which means you have to take the main ideas of each paragraph and summarize it and write it in 1 sentence as the thesis statement, and that's the thesis statement. So, let me come to this conclusion part. So, the step 5 is writing the conclusion. So, I didn't tell you anything about the conclusion before. So, first of all, I would like to say this: in the conclusion you cannot include any new points, any new ideas. What you do in the conclusion is, you summarize the whole essay that you have written so far. The facts that you have written so far, that should be summarized in the conclusion, and no new points in the conclusion, remember that. The concluding paragraph must carry an impression of finality. The reader should understand, now this person is going to finish the essay, the writer is going to finish the essay. That impression should go to the mind of the reader. Then it must be natural, not forced. Okay, something not forced. Some effective methods of ending an essay are with a quotation. So, if you have started your essay with a quotation, then I don't mind, you can even include a quotation at the end as well, but I prefer if you can include it at the beginning. Okay, so a striking sentence, so something like that will be nice as the conclusion. A brief summary. So, the conclusion is always a brief summary of the essay, of all the paragraphs that you have written so far. Some reflections or conclusions drawn from the previous arguments or judicious climax, which means you have to have a clear, judicious means it's something like intelligent. Okay, so a clear climax and a clear conclusion which prove and which is related with all the facts that you have written so far. Okay, so I hope you got it. So, here I have written the conclusion for you. So, as the conclusion you can add words like to conclude, okay, to sum up, in a nutshell. Okay, so these are some words you can add to conclude your essay. So, you can read it silently, conclusion part. So, look at here, there are no new points added in this conclusion. all what I have written so far in the body paragraphs are concluded or are written as a summary in the conclusion. So, that is what you should remember. Okay, so finally I have included here the structure of an essay. So, what you have to do first is, when you are given an essay topic, you have to first write the introduction, and the introduction should first can give a definition to the essay topic if there is a definition, and then you can talk about the background details of the essay topic, or else you can divide this essay the words or the keywords in the essay topic, and you can talk about that in the introduction, and finally you can end the introduction with a thesis statement that has the overall idea of the body paragraphs that you are going to write. Okay, and then comes the body paragraph. There you have to in the first body paragraph you have to write the topic sentence, and then you have to prove it with supporting details and examples, and finally you have to conclude it, and then you can come to the second body paragraph. So, the second also you start with the topic sentence, and remember these topic sentences you can take it from the thesis statement that you have written. You can separate it into different topic sentences. So, if it is something like advantages and disadvantages, then you can only have you can even have two body paragraphs where one includes advantages and one includes disadvantages. So, that is how you build up it. So, finally you have the conclusion, which is a summary. So, I have mentioned restatement of the main points and final evaluation. So, that is what you can include as the conclusion. So, that is the structure of an essay, and here you have final part. So, finally remember, when you write an essay, you have to always proofread it. Proofreading includes many things that I told you in the beginning as well. You have to check spellings, grammar, punctuation, and then whether your your content is enough, whether you have talked whether it matches with the topic. Okay, you have to check for all, and finally you have to check for formatting of the essay as well. So, now you have two essay topics. We discussed the thesis statements, but I could not ask you to build up an essay, and as this is an online session, it is not even practical for you. I mean, I can't see your answers, so all your answers. So, better if you can write an essay for these two topics, or you can select one topic and write an essay for this. So, you can include the structure I told you as your essay. So, that is about essay writing. So, today we learned you learned what is an essay, and then I came to this the structure of an essay. So, the structure is introduction, then you have the body paragraphs, and then finally the conclusion. And I told you how to build up an introduction with the thesis statement at the end, and how to build up a body paragraph with the topic sentence, supporting details with examples, and then the concluding line, and finally I talked about the conclusion. So, that is what you learned today, and if you have any questions you can raise it now, and this will be the end of the session 8 of your pre-intensive course. If you have any questions, you can raise it now. Okay, I hope you understood today's lesson. So, you will be joining with another session this week. So, goodbye until then.